Hey everyone, my name is Taps, and hindsight is 2020, right? We all wish we invested in Bitcoin back in 2014, 2018. The same could be said for digital land. We all wish we could go back in time and buy land in Decentraland in 2017 for $20 a parcel, since the average price today for a Decentraland parcel is now around $15,000. Well, duh, Taps, that's 5 years ago. Some didn't even care about crypto back then. Okay, how about just back to 2020, when you could have bought land in Sandbox at $38 a parcel, which now has an average price point of $10,000. The point of this video isn't to reminisce on the opportunities that we've missed. The purpose of this video is to point out the next opportunity we don't want to miss. The chance to buy digital land that is going to skyrocket fast in value is upon us now. Speaking, of course, about the land drop that is happening from Illuvium in Illuvium Zero, which is a long-awaited base-playing play-to-earn crypto game where you'll be able to develop your land to earn fuel that will be used in the main game to catch and battle alluvials. In this video, I'm going to explain to you why this land is going to be incredibly lucrative, how to participate, and the remarkable value behind everything that is Illuvium. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the community, feel free to subscribe. I'm a crypto stock and real estate investor, but never a financial advisor. First, if this is your first time hearing about Illuvium, the incredible Ethereum-based AAA game that's coming this year, and haven't seen how explosive the Illuvium token has been, then I highly recommend you look at some of my past content. But let me explain what Illuvium is in the simplest form so you can at least understand the basic premise. So in the main game coming this year, you explore a vast open world to hunt and capture alluvials, and strategically build your teams to battle other players' alluvials. Does this sound like anything familiar? It's not a mistake, as Kieran Warwick, Illuvium CEO, is a huge Pokemon fan, and that was part of the vision in creating Illuvium. They even refer to the in-game marketplace as the Illuvidex. Now imagine if a new Pokemon game came out with incredible graphics where you could actively collect Pokemon, own land in different regions like Kanto or Johto, and farm resources like puffins to be used in-game. Now what if those Pokemon were NFTs themselves? What if those different regions or homes you could own are also NFTs that could generate resources like crypto? And then all of that ties into a play-to-earn game with vast AAA game studio graphics, a massive community, and a fun auto battle style game. That's essentially Illuvium in a nutshell. There have been really tons of play-to-earns over the past year, and we've seen plenty of great looking upcoming metaverses, but not really much of a mix of both. A fun, high-quality graphic NFT game that's play-to-earn and unites a strong gaming community. This is what Illuvium is made for. And it won't be long until you see myself and plenty of others streaming it on YouTube. You'll see major channels talking about Illuvium once the game is out, and you'll see tons of others streaming it on Twitch, beta, and it's going to absolutely blow up. The gameplay for that open world game is not yet available for the public, but it is upcoming this year. So where the opportunity lies now is with the land drop happening in Illuvium Zero that is supposed to be coming sometime in May, so just a few weeks to maybe around a month. Illuvium Zero is the first iteration base building minigame to launch before the open world Illuvium game, and it is available on desktop and mobile. The base building and resource collecting definitely has like a StarCraft meets Ages of Empire kind of feel, but Illuvium Zero will allow players that buy land to interact with the main game. And the land that people buy in this drop will produce resources needed in that main game. There will only ever be 100,000 plots of land, which the amount of players this is going to bring in, that is not a lot of land, especially since there are only 20,000 that are going to be dropped, and they will all be sold via Dutch auction. There have also been mumblings that there may only even be one more 20,000 land drop happening after the open world game goes live later this year, and the other 60,000 could drop over the next 2 years or so. So those who get land early are really in a prime spot to provide resources to the tidal wave of players that are going to come flooding into this game. But you're probably like, resources, okay, what does the land do and why would I invest in it before I can even play the main game? The point of land in Illuvium Zero is that each parcel will generate a set amount of resource sites per parcel of land that distribute fuel. So what is fuel? Fuel is needed to catch and upgrade those alluvials in the game. Fuel will be needed to advance gameplay faster. And you'll be able to scan alluvials in Illuvium Zero, but you'll need fuel in order to collect blueprints of those alluvials that be able to use in the main game. And all that fuel that you'll be collecting from your land will be stored as an ERC20 token. It will be used not only in Illuvium Zero, the Illuvium Overworld game, but in all Illuvium games in the ecosystem. Illuvium is building a freaking franchise out of blockchain gaming, which is what Kieran Warwick, the CEO of Illuvium, said in my interview with him a few months ago. So these 20,000, eventually 100,000 plots of land are going to be generating the currency essentially that gamers will need to expand gameplay throughout several games as this company builds their blockchain gaming empire. So you may be thinking, what separates Illuvium from other land grabs like Axie Infinity, Decentraland, Sandbox? Well, people bought land in Axie, Sandbox, Decentraland, and weren't earning anything just by holding that land. I believe you can now earn sand just by holding land in Sandbox, but it took a very long time to get there. Illuvium Zero land comes with utility right away. You'll be earning that fuel, which again is an ERC20 token that will be needed in order to advance that game through catching and upgrading your alluvials. So there's already demand built into the game ecosystem. So when you think about the price to value ROI on this investment, this is why land is something to grab in the first wave versus the second during post live when everyone is already seeing the effects. There will be different regions, and of that first 20,000, it's split up between 5 different tiers of different rarities. So there's only 2 of the 5 land plots, which are like extremely high value, 869 of the tier 4, 2,088 of tier 3, 5,012 of tier 2, and 12,029 of tier 1. The difference between a tier 1 to tier 5 is the amount of resources you can accumulate based on the rarity. So tier 1, you get 3 element sites, 1 fuel site, and no landmarks. Tier 2, 6 element sites, 3 fuel sites, and again, no landmarks. Tier 3, 9 element sites, 6 fuel sites, 1 element landmark. Tier 4, 12, 9, 1 fuel landmark. In Tier 5, 15, 12, you have the arena. So whoever the people are who fork up a ton of money for those Tier 5s, they're going to have the battle arena where everyone is getting together to battle their alluvials to try and potentially earn against each other. Now you'll be able to purchase land in the upcoming Dutch auction. If you have never participated in a Dutch auction or don't know what it is, I highly recommend you look up a few videos on YouTube. But essentially the price lists really high to start, and people will pay some of that price just to get that land, but it will slowly descend and people will start buying at prices as it goes down until eventually the inventory is out. So you can pay a premium to secure your spot, or you can risk it and wait and see how low it can go to meet your budget. You'll be able to buy land with either Ethereum or with SILV2. Now, SILV2 is a claimable reward when you stake your Illuvium, which currently you can receive anywhere from 11 to 21% for staking ILV, or if you stake half Ethereum, half Illuvium into the SLP liquidity pool, you can gain 130% up to 249% APR depending on how long you're locking it up. Insanely lucrative. Okay, so how much is land? Well, again, it's going to start really high with that Dutch auction and then kind of taper down, but estimates are really, really high. So it was hopeful that maybe tier 1 would be 0.5 ETH, 1.5 ETH for tier 2, 5 ETH for tier 3, 20 ETH for tier 4, but some of the estimations of where they're going to start are relatively high, and I almost feel like tier 1s will probably sell out well before we ever see half an ETH be realized. Yes, they're expensive, but again, there will only ever be 100K plots, probably only 40,000 this year. And those landowners are going to be the only ones who can generate that fuel for the massive empire that is Illuvium And I'm willing to bet the next drop of that 20,000 land plots will be way more expensive than the first, or just incredibly difficult to nab because people are going to want to double up. Now, how do I know this is going to be successful? How do I know the land, the project in general, Illuvium, is going to do well? Because it's been in anticipation for over a year and they're already crushing. They have almost 300,000 followers on Twitter, 195,000 people in the Discord. Prices of the skins well before the game was even near out have sold for incredible prices. And finally, the team. The leadership team is incredible. In fact, the Warwick brothers, there's 4 of them, are all pretty incredible in the crypto and blockchain world. Kieran Warwick is the CEO and co-founder. He is a proven serial entrepreneur, a massive, massive gaming fan, and is essentially the voice of Illuvium. Aaron Warwick is also the co-founder and game designer. So the incredible look, feel to this AAA game build out is spearheaded by Aaron Warwick, one of the brothers. The brothers made recent news being listed as billionaires based on Illuvium's success, even though, again, the game has not come out. Grant Warwick is another brother who is also involved with the project. He's essentially the art director and is responsible for plenty of how the look, feel, photos are all put together into this virtual world. He seems to wear many hats and is very, very involved as well. And finally, the last Warwick brother is not involved necessarily with Illuvium. However, he is the founder, if not one of the founders, of Synthetics, one of the most recognized DeFis in the entire space of crypto. If you're not sold on how incredible this game is going to be, just take it from Andrew Wall. This was an incredible AMA from Scoriox and Andrew Wall. If you're not familiar with Andrew Wall, he has been a gaming YouTuber for over 13 years. He formed TGN, which became the biggest video creator network of over 30,000 gaming YouTubers, and they sold TGN to publicly traded broadband TV. Listen to what he has to say.
Tier of land. We're only selling 2 of them in this land sale, and it's got a unique arena landmark, which will be used to host anything from VR experiences to esports tournaments in the future. And it's possible that this land will go for millions of dollars worth of crypto, and it's possible that it's going to be a record breaker of a bid on this. Kind of live events planned. We have co-marketing and interviews and external media planned, and then it's going to be a buy now series of marketing with go here to the place where you can actually buy the Illuvidex, the land, and then you'll be able to do that buying on the Illuvidex. And then whether the product does okay or great, that's the effect that a marketing team can essentially have on a product.
VR experience, esports tournaments. And when he's referring to, again, those 2 tier 5 lands of the 20,000, there's only 2, he's saying are going to run for millions of dollars each. Every single time a new land sells in Sandbox for over $1 million or in Decentraland for $2 million and it breaks a new record, it makes crypto news. Tier 2 land Illuvium will most likely beat the highest land sale records, and that will make a huge splash in the NFT gaming world. He also mentioned that they're going to be doing a lot of really heavy marketing and advertising. This is going to catch fire. However, we're still waiting for the exact day of when land is dropping, so it will be a short window, but it should be announced really any day now. In order to stay on top of pretty much everything that's happening with Illuvium, I would recommend you join the Illuvium Discord. That's where a lot of the alpha lives and breathes, and check out their Twitter. I also highly recommend joining the Shiny Shards Illuvium Guild as well, as they are a strong community with a lot of alpha dropped as well. All the links are in the details of this video, and I'll post a comment as well, because finding all this information Illuvium, if you're just new to it, it's hard to find. I first found out about Illuvium back in March of 2021, and I've been following the progress, and to see it finally here and how much it's developed, it's truly exciting, and I'm going to be scooping up as much land as I can with as much ETH as I can muster, and I look forward to battling you all very soon. As always, if you found my content valuable, if so, please hit the like button and leave a comment down below. The likes and comments appease the algo overlords and help my channel continue to grow. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell for future content. That's it for today. I'm Taps. Thank you for your time, man. Happy trading.